Tonight, men are trash. Wait, what? Like all of them?
Yep,
Well, when did that happen?
it's been that way.
But what about...
Yep, Aziz too.
Well, okay, fine then. Since men aren't able to cut it anymore, does that make women the future of America? The answer will only shock about half of you. Find out this mysterious answer tonight on America, the podcast. Let's get swifty, America. It's good to be back. Hello, America. It's America, the podcast. It's good to be back.
Yeah, it's about time after all of those vacations you took.
I needed a break. Jail was very difficult.
You were in for 1 day.
And it was awful. I wore a jumpsuit and was forced to watch the new season of Full House. I wanted to die.
Oof, okay, maybe you did need a vacation. Where did you go?
Mar-a-Lago.
What the fuck, why?
Jesus, your voice never goes down, does it? Ugh. I got a lifetime membership before Donald went crazy and back when he and I were still friends.
And you more or less helped him get elected.
Oh my God, why are you still on this? Trump and his cohorts have literally done 200 even more terrible things than I've ever done in 2018, and it's only January. I'm trying to change. I even went as far as to join you liberals' little resistance thing to try and stop this madman. But irregardless, am I not supposed to use the membership? I mean, it's already paid in full. Would you like to come, Timothy?
Yeah, actually. That would be a good idea to go, do a show down there. We could do it, on the outskirts of the resort, outside the wall. Or we should go do a show at the border wall.
Oh, yeah.
But, that would be pretty depressing.
It
but also probably good for ratings. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, maybe someday. Maybe season 3 or 4. Hopefully we don't get to that border wall, though. But, speaking of, are we,
Yeah, we're rolling.
Well then. Hello, America! It's me, the Bastard, and welcome to, Season 2 of America, the podcast, with me, the Bastard. Is that my real name? You will find out later this season.
Wait, for real?
Very real. But what's more real is the other big announcement that will be coming later this season, and the reason you will be finding out my real name. You have been warned.
All right, tone it down there, buddy.
Yeah. This season, we will not be talking about any breaking news, aside from our new series, Rapid Fire News, available on our YouTube page, which you should go subscribe to now. Or simply just go to bastardvideos.americathepodcast.com and watch all my important messages as well as the Rapid Fire News videos there. Also, they're on Facebook. And Funny or Die, for some reason. Why are these funny again?
I don't know, it's actually pretty objective, so who knows?
Well, if you do love the show and you do love me, which why wouldn't you love me? Everybody loves me. You will go to each of those pages and you will watch my video messages and important words and rapid fire news 42 times in a row. I don't think that's too much to ask. As always, we have picked topics for this podcast season that are affecting regular Americans and will unfortunately continue to do so for decades to come. This season, we will be covering things like net neutrality, continue our Trump or Bust series, which is where we interview people with Trump-supporting family members and friends and let them air their grievances, much like a mini Festivus. And even, yes, global warming. And yes, Al Gore, I got your messages, and I got your letters. Please, for the love of God or your precious Mother Earth or whatever, please, leave me alone. Stop drinking a fifth of Patron and calling me at 3 a.m. I'm sorry to be harsh, but get help, man. Get help. Those topics are for a later show. No, today we'll be discussing one of America's oldest issues, sexism. Sexism used to be hilarious, right? You thought it was funny, right, bro?
No?
Well, America loved it. It was on all of our favorite TV shows. Hell, it's still on all of our favorite TV shows. Every week we have a good old-fashioned yuck at the expense of the nagging wife, the girl with the, quote, great personality, or the good old-fashioned ditzy blonde. Sexism has been ingrained into our culture for many millennia, but the male section of society seems to just now be noticing and listening.
I never actually realized it that way.
Well, of course you didn't. You're a man. So, allow me to mansplain something else to you. Do you like that? I heard it for the first time the other day. I think it means to explain something to a man.
That's not what that means.
Ha! Typical man. Anyways, take video games for example. Do you like video games, Timothy?
Yeah, but I pretty much exclusively play Star Wars and Spyro games.
Ah, well, that is very weird. Anywho, up until the 1990s, video games were marketed to the entire family. However, once video games moved off the toy aisles, thanks to a very terrible E.T. game, companies like Nintendo began marketing exclusively to boys. But that trend has only recently changed. According to the globalist Jeff Bezos' failing Washington Post,
it's not failing and you know it. Jeff Bezos is a billionaire. He's the biggest billionaire in the world. He's richer than you.
Huh, yeah, right, says you.
What?
The Post reported that statistically, not only do adult women play more video games than teenage boys, but they also experience the most sexism. Shocking.
Is that shocking?
Obviously not. Sexism is rampant in every industry. It exists in everything from entertainment to politics to food service to tech or any other given workplace. Not ours, of course. We have a woman on our staff, so pat yourself on the back. And yeah, hearing that out loud, we should probably hire more women.
Yeah, we probably should.
Yeah, I completely take back that back pat. Something I rarely do. You see, progress is being made already. But there are those male warriors in the quote-unquote vagenda of manicide that say men are the ones being oppressed. That there is a quote, war on men. A war in which men are quote-unquote losing their masculinity. Wait, are these people being serious? Aren't they just weak men?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Well, call me crazy, but if a woman succeeding threatens one's masculinity, did that person's masculinity even exist in the first place? Food for thought, America. Also, we should get food after this. I'm thinking pizza. I know a good place.
I am always super down for pizza.
Good. Now, where were we? Oh, yes. One wiener warrior in particular has been making waves lately. He is a former Google employee by the name of James Damore. Have you heard of this cuck?
Yeah, he kind of looks like a weaselier version of Stephen Miller.
Ha! He does indeed. Ooh, Stephen Miller. Man, that guy gives me nightmares. For days. Well, for those of you who are lucky enough to not have been scared by the creepy face of James Damore, or Stephen Miller for that matter, this saint of gender inequality wrote a big dumb manifesto about how women are biologically inferior to men. And even worse, he mass emailed it to the entire company. And skipped out on the Secret Santa 4 years in a row. Despicable. He was needlessly fired, especially considering the fact that making human beings is not an inferior trait, but has now become a martyr in the vagenda of manicide.
Dude, that name is ridiculous. Where did you come up with that?
I didn't come up with it. I saw it on a real-life sign.
Wait, for real?
Oh, yes. I saw it in real life, but you can see it in a Daily Dot article. It was on the marquee of a gunsmithing store.
Of course it was.
Yes, it was something along the lines of Hillary Clinton's vagenda of manicide or something or another. And you can bet those people are armed and ready for this stupid, non-existent war fought by creeps who live in their parents' basement and only leave their lair to bring machine guns into a Chipotle to scare the bejesus out of people just so they can display their Second Amendment rights. You know, this is silly. If you are listening to this, and I really mean that, if you are listening to this and you are a men's rights advocate, please, take this advice. Rethink your life. Because if you think you are a man, and you think you have it harder than a woman, I'm here to tell you that not only are you wrong, but that will not be the last time you hear the words, you are wrong, as long as you keep your current frame of mind. Women have been oppressed for thousands of years, in almost every single culture, but that is about to change. Women are proven to create better work environments, make better decisions, and will, yes, one day make a better president. The one that ran this past time probably would have done a great job. And that is very hard for me to admit.
What the hell, man? After everything you just said, why is it hard for you to admit that Hillary Clinton would have done a good job?
Oh, get your bromper out of a bunch. It's not because she's a woman, it's because she's a Democrat. Lest you forget that I was recently a Republican and am still a conservative. I'm just not an idiot. Anyways, powerful men in every industry are being found out for their misdeeds. The Weinsteins, the Trumps, and the Louis C.K.'s of the world are being weeded out one by one. Some may take longer than others to fully get rid of, but revolutions always take time. And just because some powerful men are getting called out for their sexual misconduct does not mean the job is done, people. These revelations are a gaping wound in our culture that every person needs to acknowledge and treat. If this gross, pus-filled wound, that does indeed bear striking resemblance to the president, goes untreated, it will continue to infect and destroy our country. I hope that analogy was gross enough for you. because this situation has made me feel very gross. And as a man, my feelings are quite fragile. And as a billionaire, they're quite expensive. So I have to be careful. America, we cannot let this new culture of revelation and revolution die out. But to be honest, I don't think it will die out. Too many times I have seen movements fade, but never one where a woman is in charge. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. Karen Pence, or as Mike Pence calls her, Mother, her towel charm company didn't really catch on. So I guess that's one movement that didn't actually flourish. But many do!
Wait, she had a towel charm company?
Oh yes! She asked every single one of us on the White House staff to invest in it, but we all said no. I let her down as easily as I could, saying I only invest in well, never mind. Little pieces of metal you strap to your towels to tell them apart do not matter right now. What matters is women and what they fought for. Women fought for and won their right to vote, even with a male-dominated society blocking them wherever they could. Women took the place of men in the factories during World War II and did a better job. It was a woman, Amelia Earhart, who first flew across the Atlantic. Granted, she was kidnapped by aliens, which resulted in her disappearance, but you can't really blame her for that. Don't victim blame.
Whoa, wait. Did Amelia Earhart really get abducted?
Oh shit. I was not supposed to say that. Will you edit that out? That's top secret.
Sure, man. I'll do my best. Don't worry.
Okay, good. The Roosevelt family will be furious with me if any of that gets out. Just cut out the alien stuff. Anyways, where was I? Ah, yes. And it was because of women, specifically black women, that NASA was and is still able to launch people into space. It was also black women that prevented a pedophile, Judge Roy Moore, from being elected to the U.S. Senate this past December. Really thought that would have been an easier choice for most of, humanity. And speaking of elections, it was a woman who beat self-proclaimed not a feminist, Donald J. Trump in the popular vote in 2016. Women even have the power to create a human being if they so choose. Women are America's future. There is no doubt about it. Fight against it all you want, you man-aside wiener warriors. You cannot stop progress. As the Women's March protest sign says, the future is feminist. Now, I am starving. Did you still want food?
Yeah, sure, man, I could eat.
Does pizza sound good?
Yeah, always.
Okay, good. I will fly up to New York and get some pizza from Two Brothers for us.
Wait, what?
Be back soon. See you in about, 12 hours, I think.
Wait, hold on. Why New York? We have pizza here.
Yes, but Two Brothers is my favorite. Best pizza in all of New York. Second only to Sbarro's. Farewell. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's Two Brothers or Sbarro's.
Okay, to our New York listeners, I'm sure he was joking about his favorite pizza choices, and even if he wasn't, he does not speak for the rest of us. So, that being said, long live Roberta's Pizza.
It's America, the podcast!
This has been a production of Shui Media, all rights reserved. For more information, please visit shuimedia.com.